The pandemic has forced millions of people around the world to work from home. Deidre Paknad is the CEO and co-founder of WorkBoard, a software delivery platform. I spoke to her earlier about the benefits and pitfalls of working from home while we were both doing that, working from home. And I began by asking about her plans for her own employees.
We won't go back to the office in 2020, in large part because we can work effectively from home. And we can stay connected on and cohesive on the mission and the business that we're trying to build. And because we have that opportunity, it's my bias then to make sure everybody is as safe as they can be. And if they're going to be around people, let it be their friends and family, not necessarily their coworkers, right? And they nourish their souls that way. I keep them as safe and healthy as I can as a business leader.
You know, I've had to work from home as I am right now on a number of occasions. And I have to tell you, I really don't like it. I feel very isolated. I don't feel connected. I feel like the sense of camaraderie and teamwork is more disjointed. I just want to get your take. I mean, I know there are benefits and, of course, health benefits, and perhaps workers can be just as productive at home. But what has been the downside for you as a leader, as a manager, as a CEO, and for your staff?
Yeah, I think one of the things that we miss the most and that I think we lose, or maybe two things. One is the kind of the celebration and the joy that comes with sharing micro victories during the day, right? You come out of a good meeting or something great just happened and you're surrounded by 3 or 4 people and you share it in the moment. Now, those victories are like micro victories, aren't things that you call a meeting to share. And they're not really like self-brags. You go put on a Slack or a Teams chat, right? And so they're lost. And that sort of not able to share in the small wins that add up to a good day, that's simply put, I think that's the sort of the biggest human loss for me. I think the ability to read each other physically and with less physical effort to read each other means our decisions are a little slower and our understanding of each other is a little lower. And I do think that slows down our velocity, in particular because we weren't used to this way of working. Now, had this been our norm before, I don't know that it would have impacted us at all. It wasn't our norm, and finding our way to new norms, I think, is where the friction is.
Tell me, like, what else we can do to connect people if it's not through these video conferences and chats.
Yeah. So we actually think it's super important for people to be able to make progress independently that is also cohesive with the company, right? And that's in large measure what we do at WorkBoard. Help people and teams get aligned on, okay, what are we trying to accomplish and what are the measures that tell us we're succeeding? And then because that's a digital platform, we can all see and interact with that ourselves if it's midnight and we just got done with all of our family obligations for the day. We still can move forward in our moment without needing to wait to the next team meeting to progress.
And then I got to ask you about Google, because they've decided they're not going to bring their staff back till July of next year. And do you think more companies like Google are going to follow suit?
Yeah, a lot of West Coast companies are saying it's not until next summer. There's a pervasive thinking around that. And some of them have said, you know, we may never all return to the way we worked before. We're certainly going to keep our location and facility, and we may shift how we think about using it, right? We may convene in larger groups, but less often than this notion that you have to be present from 9 to whatever every day, and that's the working window, right? We may shift even the model for what the working window is. I think that in many ways reflects how fluid workspace will be, right? We can activate it when we need it, and we can deactivate it when we don't need it. I think that's, in general, a really good thing for growing businesses and flexible businesses that want to be responsive to changing events.